Welcome to Golden Drop today, everyone. My name is Sharon McDonald, and I am going to be your host this afternoon and evening, depending on what part of the world that you are coming in from. I've been an essential oil user for 20 years, and I've used everything from the health food shelf to your best essential oils on the market. And I have been enjoying this doTERRA journey for 7 years. I'm the mother of 5 children, and I'm super excited to share some tips with you today about my very favorite brand new essential oil that I will never be able to stop talking about because I'm completely obsessed, and it is Neroli. And I wanted to just chat with you a little bit about what Neroli is, where it comes from, and some other things that go with this essential oil. And so doTERRA last year released an essential oil called Petitgrain. And Petitgrain, for those of you who haven't smelled it, it smells very bitter, and if you were to taste it, it's just as bitter because it comes from the leaves of a bitter orange tree, which is the Neroli tree. Neroli comes actually from the flowers. And what's interesting about Petitgrain is Petitgrain will follow the scent of whatever you put it with. For example, if you put 2 drops of ylang ylang, for example, in a diffuser and add a drop of Petitgrain, you're going to have the most spiritual experience of your life in a diffuser. And I know that's not a lot of water. I mean, that's not a lot of essential oil, but those are 2 very powerful essential oils. You wouldn't need anything more. But that Petitgrain will take on the smell of ylang ylang. Okay. Same with lavender. It actually has a lot of the same properties and experiences as lavender, but it doesn't smell like lavender, obviously, but it will do it's got a lot of similar properties as lavender does. So if you ever come across a point where you don't have lavender, but you have Petitgrain, and say you have a burn on your skin, use the Petitgrain. It will work. If you have something you need to calm, use the Petitgrain, and it will work like lavender does. But Neroli is, I have to tell you, I'm super, I'm not obsessed about very many things very often, but I can't get enough of this oil. It is very hormone balancing. It's very calming. It is an essential oil that is used specifically to help, I don't want to say sedate the nerves, but it really is calming to all senses in the body. And something that I've been personally becoming very aware of is my stress level. And my stress level tends to be really high, and I haven't noticed it because I'm used to being high all the time, right? So it's become kind of a norm. And now that I have slowed down, I do yoga every single day. I meditate. And I've been doing that since I was diagnosed with breast cancer in 2013. And the more I am in that practice, the more I become aware of exactly what's going on in my body, right? So I'm more aware. And so now I am starting to verbally say to my husband, my stress levels are out the roof right now. Or I find myself taking that deep breath in and going, oh, or if he touches my back, I melt and I'm like, oh, I'm under a lot of stress, right? So I'm starting to recognize, we've been married 22 years, you guys, and I'm telling you, it's been so awakening for me to realize that I have a lot of stress. And people are like, I don't know how you do it. And I'm like, do what? I'm just living my life, doing my thing. And so, man, I'm telling you, this essential oil is really, I didn't expect to cry today at all, but it just really emotionally touches me in a way that I can't begin to tell you guys. Let me tell you how I use it, okay? I love to put it right here on my forehead and rub it in, okay? And then I love to put it on the back of my neck and rub it in and put it back there. And then you don't want to rub your eyes and wipe away your tears with your fingers after you roll in essential oil, whether it's fractionated, it has fractionated coconut oil, which this does. because your eyes will burn. So you notice I didn't do that. I properly showed you how to wipe away your tears after you cry, and you put on an essential oil. But then I like to put this down in my lower abdomen. Okay. And I like to put it on my lower abdomen over my uterus because there's something calming about it. And another one that we're going to try that I told Jason last night, I want you to put this between my shoulder blades because I carry a lot of stress there. For those of you who don't know my story, I had a breast reduction in 2013 for my anniversary. And so my body was used to carrying around, 15 pounds of extra flesh that it didn't need. And so afterward, my body still wanted to hunch over and kind of protect itself. And so I get a lot of stress between my shoulder blades. And then when they found the breast cancer, I went in 6 months later for a double mastectomy. And then now I have these two little muscles that are used to going vertical, and now they're wrapped around my body horizontally. And so I get a lot of stress in between my shoulder blades in this one area. But this essential oil, you guys, I'm telling you, it is so incredibly relaxing. I also place it on my wrists as well. And I apply this about 6 times a day. I'm just telling you. And it might not be everybody's favorite, but it is totally mine. So that's how I'm using it. I wanted to share that today. I didn't mean to get teary-eyed, but I did because I think it's really important for us to really start asking deeper questions about our stress levels and the kind of self-care that we're giving ourselves, and really be okay with the fact that you might be stressed out, and have that and notice it, right? And be okay with, you don't need to be a grouch and a witch and throw a frying pan through, the window or anything like that. But being aware is, 90% of the battle. And then the 10% that's left over is how you deal with it. So I always felt like I dealt with my stress well, and I did, but my body is just at 47 saying, you need to chill out, sister. So anyways, that's my tip. And I wanted to share that with you. So we're going to open the mic for any other questions that you might have. And I'm here to answer them. Or if you have other thoughts, things that you use for decreasing stress, oh my gosh, we'd love to hear your tips.
Hey,
Donna.
Sharon, Donna.
Hi.
Hey, hi. Hey, would that work for neuropathy?
Do you know what? I would think that the Kaipoba would be better. I think that new essential oil, the Kaipoba, would be even better actually for neuropathy and nerves, just because it's more of a painkiller. This is going to be relaxing and calming. So I'm not sure about that. I don't have experience yet with this.
Okay. And for my stress, I do bergamot.
This, I have to tell you, this is on par with bergamot. I honestly, I have some of the similar feelings that I do. Sometimes bergamot is a little too high, that high note that it has in it. Sometimes it's a little too much for my system. But I'm getting the same kind of feelings that I do with that. And you can tell that they're a similar plant, right? That it's going to do that. So I think for PTSD specifically, people that have PTSD are going to love this essential oil because it acts like bergamot in such a great way. So I love that you brought that up. I think that you could combine them or use them independently of each other.
Perfect.
Yeah, love that.
Let me know how that works, Tanya.
Yeah, can you read I don't know what's coming through. Can somebody?
Tanya said she's going to try it on her father who has neuropathy.
Oh, good. Okay, yeah, let us know. The Kaipoba, I think, is going to be, I'm saying that right, aren't I, Renee? Tanya, Kaipoba. I think that's going to be really good for nerve damage. Really good for nerve damage. Because yeah.
Oh, I'm sitting here with both of my parents. They both have neuropathy.
Yeah, I see them in their cute swing, looking
Are they
all
cute?
fine. Hello.
Just another day in paradise.
Exactly. Having your daughter there, they couldn't ask for anything better.
Dog's trying to get warm with this.
Awesome.
Hey,
All right. Anybody else?
well, Sharon, I'm going to have Kira do a golden drop because she had an amazing experience with blue tansy and rose in the during convention. So I'm going to have that's going to be a highlight of how it worked on her.
That would be awesome for next week.
Yep.
You know, that tansy is amazing. I mean, really amazing. And I can't imagine putting it with rose, so I can't wait to hear.
Yeah. So it was fun to watch the success of how they work together.
Wow.
So that's going to be a little teaser, guys. Our new oils
There's
now
teaser.
already in use.
I love it. I love it. And you guys, we're always looking for people to host this. It's a great way for you to get your feet wet and sharing your essential oil experiences. If I can cry on Golden Drops, so can you. If you're nervous and you think you're going to barf, just throw up before you get on Golden Drop. Remember, Renee always records because that's just, we've found it's the best way, unless she's desperate that I have to do it, and then I make sure I am in a really good spot to be able to record. But either she or I will do that, and if we're ever gone, somebody else will always step in for us. So know that you're in good hands. You don't need to learn how to record and then post. You just come on, share your tip, and that's it. And it's easy peasy.
Hey, Sharon, it's Diane.
Hey, Diane.
Hi. Hey, I just wanted to share a tip on relaxation.
Okay.
That we've done a little bit this week just because my husband was sick, but to help with essential oils. But he is a physical therapist and uses a lot of hot packs at the office. And we mimic that at home. And I just wanted to share that tip. We go ahead and put a hand towel in or a dish towel, and we under water and then wring it dry and put it in the microwave for 1 minute. And then use a like a hot pad because it's hot, and put it into just a plastic grocery bag or some kind of plastic bag, and then put a really thin dish towel between your skin and that hot pack. And it's really a moist heat. And I tell you, if you're having tension on your shoulders or pain, I tell you, it is fabulous. And it just mimics what we do at work. So
awesome. So I need you to walk us through that process, and I have a question. Is that okay?
Absolutely.
Because you wrote me asking, what can we do for this extra tension? And I gave you, you didn't have white fur, so you used Douglas fir. And then you did this process. How did that work?
You know, I think it was actually for Bruce being sick. Remember, I think it was some kind of flu. He got very, very sick when I got home and had a lot of congestion.
Yeah.
It worked well.
Yeah.
It worked well. So we put a hot pack on top of the oils on his chest.
Exactly. Good. Now walk me through this process with the hot pack again, because I want to make sure that I understand how you do it. So you get the towel wet. I understand that. And then you put the heating pad in a plastic baggie.
Yes. I just use a grocery bag because they're still legal where I live.
Okay.
But,
and then you wrap the warm towel around that plastic bag.
A very thin towel, like a dish towel, because you want
like a flour sack kind of.
Yes, exactly.
So not a normal hand towel from the bathroom.
No, absolutely not. You want something pretty thin. Even if you were, not well and in bed, you could even double over your sheet and put it between your skin and that hot pack because it's hot.
It totally is. And so do you turn the hot pad on high? That was my next question.
So it's actually, I just put it in the microwave. So it's actually not something I'm turning on and plugging in. It's a moist heat. So we wring the towel out before we put it into the microwave. So don't put it in sopping wet. Just wring it out and then just put it in the microwave for a minute.
Right. But your heating pad you are turning on, no?
No, it's just this. It's just moist heat. It's actually not one that I'm plugging in.
You're not taking your electric heating pad.
No, just a regular towel from the bathroom or the kitchen.
Got
getting
it.
wet. I'm putting it in the microwave.
Okay, I actually had a totally different vision in my mind. I'm so glad I asked.
Good.
So interesting you should say that about the flour sacks. I actually am putting together a new document for several people on our team who are doing emergency preparedness classes.
Yeah.
And we just got new Molly packs or mole pack. Everybody says it differently. Andrea's been in the military. She can pipe in if she wants. They have lots of little extra pockets. So we're putting just things that you might need for 72 hours in them. But one of the things that I actually am having, I'm putting in are flour sacks, just like this, those towels, for this very reason, because they're so big, you can use them to cover your head, you can use them as a tourniquet, you can use them as so many things. And obviously you have bandanas in them too, but these flour sacks are a little bit bigger, and you could even use them as an arm sling if you needed to. So it's one of those things that I'm putting into a 72-hour pack.
Interesting.
Yeah. So everybody should have those at their house.
I'd
Yeah.
love to see your research on that when you do your document.
Oh, it's coming out in the next 24 hours. Honestly, I've got it pulled. She wanted to know the oils and what would be in a 72-hour kit, and what different kinds of things. Heather Robinson actually has got a lot of posts that she's been doing on some emergency first aid kits that she has that are stunning. If you guys don't know her, tag her. If you want to get connected with Heather, please let us know. She's from Kelso, Washington. Actually, she lives in Longview, Washington now. We knew each other in Kelso. And she makes amazing first aid kits. And she's got some dang good stuff in those first aid kits. But those are in there as well, with different essential oils, Band-Aids, scissors, all kinds of different things. So really important for everybody to have that.
Hey, Sharon.
Yeah.
We have to go eat dinner, but my kids are chomping at the bit to just say hello to you.
I love you guys. It's so good to see you here today.
Also have somebody else here. Hello.
Oh, that is the cutest bear.
And Sharon, they just started school.
I know. This is day 3 for these guys, right?
Me too. We went on Monday. The school was closed.
Oh, wow.
In Germany. So that's exciting.
It's exciting. Henry and Sophia, you're amazing. I'm so glad you joined us for Golden Drop today. We should have a Golden Drop where Henry does his favorite tip, and another Golden Drop where Sophia shares her favorite tip, because kids always have a different perspective.
They'll tell you about their favorite oils.
I love all of them.
All of them.
I love all of you. Now me too.
Yeah. You guys are going to have to pick one favorite thing you love to do with your oils. Just one.
Dude, how about this big right now?
Oh,
Okay.
it's hard.
Every single one.
Speaking is hard. Okay.
Hey,
We love you. We're glad we could see you.
I want to.
All right. You go have dinner and have a great bath and have a great night's sleep.
Can I go back? Can we go back?
Maybe we can call her back later.
Maybe you can't call me back later. Maybe before bedtime.
Okay. All right.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Thanks for joining us. All right. So if there's nothing else, we're going to go ahead and close up our call. We want to thank everybody for joining us. Yes. Do we have something else?
Yeah, this is Colleen.
Hey,
I have a
Colleen.
for you, Sharon. I love this Neroli. It's awesome. My daughter loves it. This isn't the question part, but it just seems like something we smelled a long time ago, and someone else tried it and they said it smelled like honeysuckle. So we're trying to figure out, it is from the orange tree, right?
It is definitely from the orange tree. It's the blossom of the bitter orange tree.
Right. Well, we all seem to really love it. It's like we're drawn to it for some reason. Anyway, since it's from the orange tree, it's citrus, but you said you put it on your forehead and on the back of your neck. So then you look like you're outside. Maybe you're not outside. It just looks like you're outside.
outside, but it is not. I do not think there's a because this isn't the fruit. It's not the citrus. It's not the flesh of the orange.
Okay.
It's the flower.
So then you think it would be okay if we wore this outside then?
Totally outside. Yeah, it's totally fine. And and this is just so people are like, what's doTERRA doing putting it in fractionated coconut oil in the touch? Well, let me tell you, this is a very strong essential oil. Colleen can agree with me,
Yeah.
or it's very strong. And so if you had pure neroli oil, it would be like jasmine is. Jasmine's very pungent, right? Very strong.
Yeah.
And it makes it way more affordable. And these aren't cheap. These are not cheap. So you'll see the pricing. These will be available October 1st for sale individually, and you'll be able to get rose, neroli, you'll be able to get jasmine, yes, and then blue tansy, caipoba, and then all of the lovely yoga oils, which we're going to be doing a yoga class here in Vermont, a couple of them using these oils. So I'm excited to share our experiences. Nancy Borg will be on to help me with that.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Colleen. Thank you for jumping in.
So when they released the yoga oils, I thought of you right away.
Yeah, they're amazing. I wore them every day. Especially that anchor, boy, that's a good root chakra oil. So love
Hey,
it.
Sharon,
Yes.
I have a quickie question. Remind me the protocol for tinnitus.
Oh, right behind the ears, right here, literally, like right
Which,
where that soft spot is behind the ear. You're going to use, you can use, I think that honestly, my favorite is helichrysum. And it takes a long time for this to start working. I don't know if blue tansy will be something that might work. I'm going to look into it, but I have a sneaking suspicion blue tansy might be something, but you have to remember with blue tansy, it's going to turn your skin blue for a little while, because it is blue and it does turn your skin blue. My skin absorbed it right away, so it was amazing. Very oxygenating, I'll tell you that. Those veins popped up in 2 seconds.
I remember I went to a Dr. Sue class, and in my move, I don't have my notes handy. Keith and Sean and I went to a class, so maybe I'll ask Keith.
Yeah,
they
tinnitus.
talked about tinnitus.
I do know that everybody uses helichrysum for tinnitus.
Okay.
Sometimes you'll have people who use geranium, and DDR prime as well is something that some people use. But the one that I have seen the research on that shows helping colloquial hairs restore is helichrysum.
Okay, perfect.
And then, just as a side note to that, as you're bringing that up, I remember also that the noise level, why geranium is part of it, is because as the hairs start to grow back and people can start to hear the sounds, they're not used to it and it makes them angry. Geranium helps with the anger. So there you go.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. Anybody else? All right, we hope that you pay this forward. We love paying it forward, and one of the best ways you can pay it forward is for you to open your mouth and share it with the people around you, and to be able to share with them. Have you ever considered using essential oils with that, right? Just opening your mouth and offering that piece. If they're not open to it, it's not any skin off your back, right? Like when the waitress comes and asks you if you want coffee and you say no, she's not throwing herself on the floor embarrassed and never going to come to work again. So just remember that you're just offering another solution to someone else. And we really, like, your magic is your magic and people want to hear what you have. It goes way beyond selling, and it's about relationships. So just remember to always share that opportunity with other people. If it's something that they might be open to and they're going to tell you yes or no, And you never know who is crying out for another answer. So please open your mouths and pay it forward and share with other people what you're using in your home. The other thing that you can do is pay back your pay it forward into your bank account by purchasing on your loyalty reward program. And that is a customizable every month. You can change your order and order what you wish, but you're always going to get that rebate back from doTERRA to be able to purchase other products for free. So please make note of that. And if you don't know what that program is, how it runs, what it looks like, please reach out to the person that introduced you. And if they don't know, ask us, email us, let us know, and we will help you as soon as possible. So thank you so much for joining us. We're grateful you could be here, and we hope you have a beautiful week. And we'll see you next week with Kiera on for Blue Tansy and Rose. So check that out, and we'll talk to you soon. Thank you.